It's game one of the Stanley Cup Final. Pittsburgh enters the series with a combined 156 games of Stanley Cup Final experience, while Nashville, who are here for the first time, have just 5, all coming from Captain Mike Fisher. First period, the Preds looking to open the scoring.
Good forecheck, gets the puck back from the blue line. Subban walks in, wrist shot, scores! Welcome to the Stanley Cup Final, PK Subban.
It's a dream start for the Predators, or is it? Pittsburgh challenges that the play was offside. Philip Forsberg appears to just barely lift his right skate off the ice. The play is offside, call overturned, no goal. Later in the period, Ron Hainsey crashes into Matt Murray, and oh boy. Yeah, he took that post exactly where you thought he did. Bit of a sensitive area. Murray slow to get up, but he would be okay. Not long after, Kelly Yarncroc gets called for interference on Patrick Hornqvist. Seconds later, James Neal, not a good idea, cross-checks Trevor Daley. The Preds take 2 penalties on the same play, giving Pittsburgh a 5-on-3 for a full 2 minutes. And on the ensuing power play, Sidney Crosby knocks down Mattias Ekholm right there behind the net. There is no call. Play continues. Yevgeny Malkin winds up and unleashes a blast. Pecorine gets a piece of it, but can't keep it out. Malkin's 8th gives the Pens a 1-0 lead after the goal. Peter Laviolette is upset with the Zebras, has a few words, and check out his face. This man is angry. Late in the frame, more from the Pens. Sidney Crosby to Chris Kunitz, and this is a gorgeous setup for Connor Sheary, who fires it into the open net. His first goal of the playoffs, 2-0 Penguins. And in the final seconds of the frame, things get even worse for Nashville.
Bonino's back in with Rowney, and Rust shoveled the puck to the front of the net and their own goal. Off Mattias Ekholm and into the net. Oh no, it's 3-0 Pittsburgh.
What a disaster. Ekholm scores on his own net. Nick Bonino gets credit. The Preds initially thought they had a 1-0 lead in the first and end up down 3 after 1 in the second. That is a catfish that makes its way onto the ice in Pittsburgh. The culprit is promptly escorted out of the arena. I bet you he's glad he spent $400 on a ticket. Preds then on the power play. Subban tees it up for Ryan Ellis, and the Preds have life. The one-timer sneaks past a screen. Matt Murray makes it 3-1. Now the Penguins actually failed to record a single shot in the second period, outshot 9-0 in the frame, and that would continue into the third. And in the final frame, we have Carrie Underwood trying to stay upbeat about the chances of a comeback. I'm sure the red wine is helping. Predators power play. Roman Josi with the shot. It's tipped in front by Colton Sissons as James Neal runs over Murray. The goal counts. It's 3-2. Murray shaken up once again, but stays in the contest. And then later in the period, just after a Nashville penalty expires, Austin Watson sets up Frederick Gaudreau. Bingo. His first career goal comes in the Stanley Cup Final, and Carrie, oh, she's fired up, as this game is tied at 3. But with just over 3 minutes left, the Penguins are still looking for their first shot since the first period.
Schultz stops the play. In comes Jake Guentzel. He shoots, he scores! And wouldn't you just predict that? The first shot in a couple of periods beats Pecorine. 4-3 Pittsburgh now. 37 minutes between shots on goal.
Unbelievable. Jake Guentzel's first goal in 9 games. Pittsburgh would add an empty netter, scoring 5 goals on just 12 shots. But it's enough as they win game 1. It's one of the stranger Stanley Cup Final games you will ever see. The 12 shots by Pittsburgh are the fewest ever by a winning team in the Stanley Cup Final.